Hello, everyone. So my name is Marcia. I'm a student of Business Intelligence Master's degree. So I'm here to present you my literature review. I presented to a CAPSI conference, so maybe I can give you some guides and some tips as well if you want to submit to a conference. So I will start sharing my screen. So firstly, I want to give you some tips about why are you doing a literature review. When you choose a topic of a master's for a master thesis, you need to know what is being talked about that topic and make sure that you're not doing a research of something that it's already research. So we want to do something new, you want to add value to that topic, so you need to know what is being talked about. And also you need to define your research question, and also to give you some ideas of how you can do your research as well, like check what other authors are being done, other things that was done and maybe you want to do different ways. So it's very important in this way, and it's the first step for your master thesis. So this is the abstract, so you don't need to do it for your master thesis about literature review. Well, of course, on your master thesis you have to do it, but not just for the literature review. If you want to present to a conference, of course, you have to do it. So I'm starting with an introduction. So if you did the one pager, maybe you can use that for the introduction. Maybe one page, it's okay. So you just have to add a paragraph with the structure of your literature review. It's very important. Next, materials and methods. This is like the structure of how you did your research. In my case, I used Web of Science and Scopus database, so you can use Google Scholar, of course, as well. Then I defined 13 keywords. From that 13 keywords, you can choose 5, and from that 5, you can choose 3. So if you have these, like the 3 are like the main keywords of your master thesis. If you have this, it will be like the basis of your literature review. It can be very helpful for you to do it. You will see it next. But this is the first step. Define your keyword. Then I made some data analysis. I will show you next. And then I make like a discussion of topics. I structure that in different topics. I define like a research question for each topic. So I will show you next. So this is right about it. So here you have like my keywords. And it's very important for you to define this hand and this whore. Maybe you will have to do some tests about how many results you will have. Also, you have to choose the year of the results. So I selected this. And that's it. So I will pass the related works, okay? I will start with this Prisma flow diagram because it's like the first thing to do. So the Prisma flow diagram is very important. So I don't know if you remember, I'm using Scopus and Web of Science, so the results was that. So 631 results. And then you can use like these steps for you to have like the final studies you are going to discuss. So here you have to remove duplicated records. So in my case, the results of Web of Science were the same that I got from Scopus, so I deleted them. Then I got 648, and then I excluded many papers that has a real irrelevant subject area. So how you can do that? You can use manually. That's what I'm was highlighting here. Mendeley, it's very useful if you want to delete by keywords. Okay, you can install the Mendeley desktop. It's better than browser, in my opinion. You can use Mendeley as well to delete duplicated records on the tools. You have a menu on the Mendeley desktop to remove duplicates. Also, for you to upload that to Mendeley, you have to export it on a RES or CSV document and then upload it on the Mendeley. So Mendeley, it will be like your center of all your databases. You are going to center that. So with Mendeley, I excluded by subject area. You can use also like Scopus. If all of your publications are from Scopus, you can exclude it there, because Scopus is also very useful on that. You can exclude, in my case, my papers are all from Scopus, so it was okay. So if they are not from if you have some of Web of Science and Scholar, Google Scholar, maybe you use Mendeley. But on Scopus, it's you can have you have some tools for you to delete some papers. Okay, then I got 200, and then you have to exclude, like, you just have to include English and Portuguese papers that you actually understand what is being said. Otherwise, just exclude it. You can do that on Scopus as well. And Mendeley, of course. So I got 214 publications, and then you are going to exclude book chapters and books. So why? Because you want mostly, of course, you can add books, chapters, or books if you really think that is important for your thesis, and you can write it here. Okay, you can do basically things that you want, but you have to explain it, and it must be supported. So in this case, I deleted book chapters and also books, because books were too they talk about a lot of things that are not just about my topic, and I don't want to spend too much time on reading a book about topics that do not match totally the topic that I want to do. So I deleted them. But of course, some books I got to explore later and got to include it on my master thesis. So for the first screening, I excluded. And then I got 98. But we have some papers that we use to define our topic. So when you decide your topic, you had to check some papers. So that is the papers of backward citation search. Also, there was something that I did that was publication in 2023. So this is my hot topics, because I had I thought that would be better for me to do it in this way. You can do it as well if you want. But yeah, you can add here identification of studies via other methods. And of course, I excluded books as well. So we got 117 publications. There were some duplicated from here and from here. And then I got 114 studies. So this is the 114 studies that I'm included, and I'm going to discuss about. This is the studies that are being that talk about my topic. There is that includes some research that I also want to do. So they are very important. From that, I'm going backwards. Okay, to the related works. I presented here first just for the CAPSI conference. You can presented after the Prisma flow diagram, but the related works are basically from that 114 results. And when you are going to research for related works, you need to research for literature reviews, okay, or not, if you really think that is a related work. The related work is very important. So you can check the main, because you have some papers that are talking about your topic, but not the same that you want to do. And this is the topic that are talking about. This is the papers that are talking about the same that I want to do. So this is my related work. So I don't want to make a research about this. What I suggest you for you to do and check for your related work is like check for your literature reviews, all of them that are going from their results, and then read them all. Okay, and then try to see if you have something that is the same that you want to do. Yeah. So, and then I discuss some of them here, and that's it. Then here, this is my data analysis. So from that 114, I have 78 that are articles, 26 that are reviews. As you can see from these 26, I have here 10. Okay, and I write this here. So it's very important for you to write everything you do. I have 9 conference papers and I have 1 editorial. This is just for data analysis. Okay, just for like exploratory analysis of your publications. Here I have the annual publications. So you can see that 2022 had more publications about the topic I want to do, and 2021 had more citations. This is the main top 5 journals. So Journal of Business Research is a journal that has most of the papers that I got from results. And then I have this VOS viewer tool. I don't know if you know VOS viewer tool, but it's very useful. You can install it. Here you can do like a download. I can check some of the desktop. Okay, basically here what you're doing here, it's like make a connection between, in this case it's about keywords, but make a connection between your main authors, and then each color it's like a topic. So in my case, I did not want to make like this connection because the result was not very good. I think the result was better in this way. If you have any doubts about that, you can contact me and send me an email if you want. So this is as you can see, the main author I have is Cobbetts. Cobbetts has like 5-6 publications of that 114. So this is like a main author. I have Morena, Inns, Alshuter, Ken. So as I said, it's like exploratory analysis. Maybe it can be useful for you to give more importance to a paper. If you have like a paper of Cobbetts that has a topic that is very important for you, you can say that, okay, Cobbetts has a lot of papers in this topic. It's a very recognized author, and he says this, so it is very important for me to include it on my master thesis. You can use it in this way if you want. Okay, then you can do the same with keywords. Here, for being keywords, I use the colors and the connection. So the blue one is like a topic, the yellow one other topic, and that's it. So as you can see, Robo-Advisor, investor, finance, article, industry, review is like if I'm going to my keywords, is like very it's very similar to the keywords that I have, which means that the publications I am discussing and analyzing are very okay with the topic I want. And finally, what you have to do is like, okay, I had a lot of this. I excluded 27 literature reviews because I analyzed them all and I considered a literature review like a related work. So I did not include it in my discussion. But I included like the 76 articles, the 6 conference papers, and I got 43 articles because that 27 are included in this. So I got 43 articles, and that is the 43 articles that I read, and I included in my discussion. But when you read it, all that papers, you have to segment in topics, because some of them, in my case, talk about the relationship between Robo-Advisors and investors. Some of them talk about the characteristics, some technical aspects. So I needed to divide it into different topics. So that's what I did here. You can do it in an Excel file if you want. You just make an export of Mendeley and work on Excel. Just, okay, I think that this paper is talking about this topic, is talking about this, and then you can include it here. And basically, it's like what I did here. I have like 3 topics. And then this is the content analysis. There's not so much to talk about it. The only guide and tip that I can give you that was very important for me is that read abstract and conclusion. If you can get something of that, perfect, write a paragraph about it. If you write a paragraph about every article you have, it's perfect. If you can combine it and then give a connection between them, perfect. But the first thing to do is like write a paragraph about each of them and start by reading abstract and conclusion. And do not copy words, okay? Just write in with your words and make it a reference. If you use the same words of the author, use as this way and then make a reference. And use abstract and conclusion. If you cannot take like anything, just read all of the paper and probably will have something to write about. If you do not have something to write about, please go to the Prisma flow diagram and exclude that paper on the irrelevant subject area and write that on your literature review, just to make sure that you're writing everything you did. And then that's it. I try to write like a paragraph of each of my paper, and then I make like some connections. I remember, okay, Cobbett said that here, maybe I can complement with that Beck Moran. Okay, I'm going backwards here. Lou said that, maybe I can complement with, I don't know, Phyllis at all, for example. Please make always some reference, okay? And as I said, I divided it into different topics. It was better for me because it's very organized in this way. You are not reading, okay, I'm reading this, let me see what I can take. Stop. Okay, I'm reading this. I know this is about like a decision making. Okay, let me see what I can take it from here. So it's very important. Firstly, divide it into different topics. And basically, it was that. You just need to read all your results and write about it. And then you have to do like a conclusions. For your conclusions, what I suggest is if you divide it into different topics, please revisit every each of them. For example, I'll give you an example. For example, about that topic of regulation. When I want to make a conclusion, I have to visit all of my topics and try to make like one paragraph of each them. For the regulation, I can say that people from Hong Kong is a different reality. They have different characteristics. I can say and compliment that about using Know Your Client CDD processes. So try to make like one paragraph, two paragraphs about each of topic that you find out. If you have just one topic, please write more. I have like 1.5 pages of conclusion. Maybe 1 page is enough. And yes, and then you have like your research gap. With that, you have to already know, okay, I have some authors that are doing this, but none of these authors are doing like a research in Portugal. That's my thoughts for my master thesis. Okay, I have some people that are talking about the relationship between the robo and investor, but are they doing this in Portugal? I researched about, and there is no authors that are doing this in Portugal. So this was a research gap for me. Also, there was no authors that give like connection between the technical aspects and the socio-economic aspects. As you can see, I have like 3 topics, and none of the authors talk about the 3 at the same time. Did not make a connection between these 3 topics. So that for me was a research gap and something that I can research. Make like a connection between all of them. For example, you need to see what the authors that of your literature review and of your results are being done, what are being said, what can be important for you to add to your sector. So this is how you define a research camp, and basically is that. Next, you have references. So make sure that you do it in this way. So this is the authors. So the year, the title. This is like the journal or the conference, the pages, and then the DOI. So this is like the main ID of this paper. If you use DOI to search on Scopus, you will have directly this paper here. It's like the ID. And basically is that. Also, you can have appendix, okay, if you want. Just like something that it's not so important to have on your development and to your text, and it's just like a complement. You can have it here. And basically is that. So I hope that I could help you. If you have any questions, you can send me an email or send an email to Afshin, that is my supervisor and help me to do this literature review. Talking about the CAPSI conference. It's very interesting, and I want to share with you my experience. Is very interesting to participate in this kind of conference, because we get to know other people, we get to know other ways of thinking, other kinds of researches, and they are mostly done in Portugal or not. You can have other people from other countries. And the main thing is that when you submit your paper and is accepted, it's like a very recognition of your work. And when you're going to present to master thesis, your literature review was already reviewed by a lot of authors that has already a lot of experience. My literature review was not in this way. I improve my literature review based on the CAPSI conference and based on the authors' comments. So, and about comments of with comments of people that has a lot of known and has a lot of experience in investigation areas. So my literature review is very strong in at the time, and if you want to have yours to be strong on your master thesis and when you're going to present it to the jury, maybe you can submit it to a conference, and that's it. It was for me a very good experience, and of course, if you have any questions about it, you can email me or Afshin, that is my supervisor and also helped me on the CAPSI conference. And that's it. Hope I could help you with this first step of your master thesis. Thank you.